intro to a tool that you should be using in most of your projects, and that is called CodePen, CodePen.io, CodePen. This is where we're going to be testing a lot of our code. As I've said before, some things don't work in CodePen, like certain links won't click and they will block them, but it gives you a preview of what it will look like. So to do a CodePen, you need to sign in, you need to create an account, and so you'll log in. You'll have to create the account, then you'll log into that account. Then you'll go over here to this pen here and click pen, and it will open up an empty box over here, which is white, with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Usually I just collapse the JavaScript. Sometimes I even collapse the CSS, and I write my code in here. The cool thing is that when you write code, I'm going to go grab some code real quick from my code editor. Let's just do this right here. Yeah, I'll grab the resume. And you paste it in place. It will, after a few minutes, it'll just go on ahead and it will it'll populate. You don't even have to save anything for it to populate, but you do need to give the project a title. And so here is my project title, and then you hit enter, and that saves it. So any change you make, you will want to save that. So let's say, for example, that I change something like I'm going to change the H1 size from 2.5 to 3.5. Once it uploads it updates, you'll see it change. And then after a little while of enough changes, you'll see that it'll start to tell you that there are some unsaved changes, and those changes will need to be saved. See, it says 6 unsaved changes. One other thing that this tool does that I really like is if for some reason I decide I don't want that to be an H1 anymore and I decide I want it to be an H2, it will change. Oops, I lost it. Let me go find it again. So it was an H1. Now I changed this to an H2, but it goes on ahead and changes the end for me. Okay. This little red exclamation point is telling me that only the stuff that would go inside the body, so right here inside the body, so anything that would come after that tag and before this one way down here at the bottom, which says body, so between these are really what needs to go in here. So if I want, I can actually take all my CSS, take my style tags, and I can grab them and do this. Let's go find the end style tag, take it out. I can remove the head of the document. I can remove the last HTML tag, and then I can open up this CSS. I can remove the style tag because it already knows that it's CSS in here, and I can hit save. So you can put your CSS in here. You can also just put that CSS right here and remove it there, and you'll notice that now I still have a style tag that contains my various styles, and that will work also. So you can put CSS in both of these locations and it'll work just fine. So if you have any other questions, I'm going to quickly save this. You should be able to log back in, and when you go to your work, so you click on your work to find old projects that you've been working on. You see this one right here, it's called My Project Title, and so you can click on that to re-enter that project and continue working. All right, so that's CodePen. This is the product or tool that you should be using going forward.